Hello and welcome. It is time for the ProView Sports Report. That's right, the fall season is in full swing. All of our fall sports are well underway. We're seeing lots of great games, and it's starting to get chilly out there, so don't forget to bring your hot cocoa for it. Aaron Rivera here for ProView Sports, and we had a full week for you of sports in the since we last saw you. So we're going to go ahead and kick things off looking at the My 50 game of the week this last week. It was an absolute great game. The Centennial Hawks coming up from Las Cruces, New Mexico to take on the Rio Rancho Rams. And early on, Rio Rancho looked like they were ready for the game. It was a 15-minute early start. Micah Takahashi drops a dime into the hands of Parker Miller. 37 yards, takes the lead. So on the ensuing kickoff, Las Cruces, they run the little star formation. Bermudez takes this off to the left side, and this started things off, making it look like, oh, Centennial's going to be able to shoot back really quickly. But on 3rd down and 6, bouncing outside, Ramirez caught up. Rio Rancho defense too stout. 3rd and 22. Micah Takahashi, what does he like to do? He likes to go to Parker Miller. That one over the middle for 27 yards. They had a touchdown wiped off on an offensive line penalty. It's this one right here. The lineman downfield a little bit too far, so Rio Rancho have to settle for the field goal. This one up and good, gives them a 9-0 lead early on. But the Rams get the ball back, and Parker Miller, well, that man is not finished here, as they're going to hit him on a 35-yard slant. Parker Miller puts up another touchdown, and it's 16 unanswered points. Finally, the Centennial Hawks get going. You see Dalen Ramirez on the left side for a big run. Then Dalen Ramirez from the 27-yard line carries his men all the way up. Just short of the touchdown, he steps out of bounds, but don't worry. The Centennial Hawks give it to Ramirez. The man gets his touchdown. And the Centennial Hawks get a little bit of an answer. So it's 6-16 Labarine here with 15 seconds to go. And just not enough time there. He gets sacked. It ends the half. Rams 16-6. Rams kick off for the second half here. And Centennial, just like many of the folk down south, going through the whole starburst formation, ends up with Anthony Vila. He's the man running here on the bottom side of your screen, dodges that guy, and Vila is off to the races. It's a 97-yard kick return. And hey, maybe Centennial can actually make this somewhat of a game. Makes it a 5-point game, rather 3-point game. And then 4th and 4 from the 36. Jace Lee will catch a big one. And the Rams get their big response immediately after that. Centennial take the ball back. They're at the 40. Dalen Ramirez, you saw those runs in the first half. He was just getting warm. Look at him burst through those tacklers. 60-yard scamper for the Hawks running back. And the Hawks, they're not going to go away too easy. Rams, their chance to respond here. Takahashi drops back. Bermudez cuts off the middle route that he was looking to Parker Miller. Centennial finally get a response on that Rio Rancho air attack, but he wasn't in the end zone, so it wasn't a touchback, and we see this Rams safety makes it a 5-point game for Rio Rancho. 5:26 in the third. Vila catches this one for 66 yards. So he had a 97-yard kick return. Now he's got a 66-yard touchdown reception. 2-point reception, or 2-point conversion is good. Now in the fourth quarter here, 6:49 to go. It's a little tush-push action. The backup quarterback, Ruiz Labarine, puts that one ahead. Centennial now have a 2-score lead. It's a 10-point gap. Rio Rancho, Jace Lee, he had this big catch, 58 yards. He's all alone after his defender goes trying to dive after the ball. And Rio Rancho not out of it yet, 5:01 when he catches that one. Now you look at the clock as we swap over to the next Rams offensive possession. 3:03 on the clock. They go to Jace Lee here on the screen pass. 79 yards, Jace Lee running down the field, and the Rams down by 3. Throw that off the board. Jace Lee in, and the Rio Rancho Rams would make this a 39-35 game. But with 17 seconds left, Dalen Ramirez gets the pass from Labarine. Dalen Ramirez sheds a couple of tacklers, and the Centennial Hawks would score that one. Well, it says 39 on there. The official scorebook read 42-40 for the Centennial Hawks as they beat Rio Rancho in the closing seconds. And that means that both of the Las Cruces big dogs right now, the Centennial Hawks and the Las Cruces Bulldogs, come up to Albuquerque and beat the come up to Rio Rancho rather, and beat the two Rio Rancho teams. So let's take a look at some of the other scores on the football side of things here before we shift gears to another sport. The Thursday games, not a ton of them, but St. Pius edges Oregon Mountain 28-21. You'll see some of that action in the top 10. Cougars beat Carlsbad 23-7. Nimmi losing to Chaparral. That's a big one. The Crown Point Eagles and Navajo Prep, that one was a tight one, 14-8. Friday we had a lot more action. Capital, the Santa Fe teams have a good time here. Capital beating Del Norte 7-6. Santa Fe beating Albuquerque 18-6. Los Lunas barely beats El Dorado 28-22. Moriarty beats Bernalillo. Have a look down the list. Roswell and Lovington 18-13. Lovington, since moving up to 5A, they're a tough side to beat. Piedra Vista as well. That's a team to look out for because when they were in the 5A championships just a couple of years ago, you know, they looked like one of the top teams in 5A. Since they moved to 6A, things have been a little bit more difficult for them, but they beat Alamogordo, another one of the top 15 teams in the state. Piedra Vista wins that 21-14. Los Alamos beats Highland. And then on the other side, St. Mike's, how about them, 50-21 over Albuquerque Academy, and Valley getting a nice win, 25-22 over the Belen Eagles. So that's our football action here for the last week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the top 10 plays of the week, brought to you by Everguard Roofing and Solar.
True, low snap, steps up in the pocket, escapes, takes a shot, Broden Price! Touchdown, Manzano!
Ferguson sets Utash, pulled off the block. Beautiful take there by the 8th grader Denson. Ferguson sets the middle. It's Utash. All kinds of room in the back row. And that we'll start at the 20, and they're throwing out wide. That's Cox Liggins. He's got a stiff arm, and he's got the sideline. One play into the game, and it's a touchdown for Cale Cox Liggins. Wow, 80 yards.
That one almost blocked. It might have been tipped. That one's brought in inside the 45, round back. That's Gonzalez. Room to go, and he's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Volcano Vista. Snap, fake handoff, Montoya. Back to throw, taking a shot. That's Ethan Carter, who caught it for the touchdown, but
the Ravens. Benjamin Vidales is back to receive. That's a nice kick from Montalongo. Vidales will field that one at the 17. Vidales up the field across the 30. Vidales finds a crease. Vidales across the 50. One man to beat. It's Montalongo, and Vidales is going to take that one to the house.
Man, those flakes. Gibbs Holloway Jr. looking for some room. Nobody's going to catch him. That is going to go 96 yards for Herschel Holloway Jr. He can run all the way to Tennessee for his visit with the ball.
Yeah, it was some.
might work out just fine for the Hawks. It's hard to defend, and they're not going to defend it. It's going to be a 97-yard touchdown on the return.
Just mitigate disaster.
Looking for a football strategy. Yes. I like that. They will go with the directional squib there. It's recovered by the nice Caldwell.
39-yard line.
Gonzalez, one heave, down the sideline, has a man in the double coverage. Did he catch it? Did he make that play? No signal yet. They're talking it over. Touchdown! Oh my goodness! Back to pass. Looking. Has some time and he's hit. He has Ramirez. He jukes. He stiff arms. He's in! He's in! 3 missed Rams tackles allows a Dalen Ramirez touchdown.
All right, welcome back here to the ProView Sports Report. Aaron Rivera here, and just to mention, on that catch by Organ Mountain, the number 2 play on our top 10, when you look at it in slow motion, he reaches over them all, grabs the ball, he has it going down before they take it out. So, I mean, tremendous touchdown. A lot of great plays this last week. But football wasn't the only sport that was going on there. As you saw in the top 10, we also had the APS Metro Volleyball Tournament. That was concluded on Saturday, and we had some familiar foes in this one. The La Cueva Bears, the Cleveland Storm. Last year, it was the Cleveland Storm who would come out victorious in this one. So as it starts out, they were pretty back and forth, but you see La Cueva just start getting a little bit of a run here. They're up 9-12.
They'll set Tittman.
And it's this right here. They were just keeping Tittman from being able to get any real good looks in the first half, and then you're looking at a bunch of aces as well. La Cueva, just in that first set, kind of ran away with it. Cleveland would get a few back and forth. How about Tittman there? You're not going to stop her on a big swing like that. But a service error.
And a service
La Cueva Bears take set number 1, 25-20. They just beat Cleveland in 4 sets the other week. See some good blocks up front by La Cueva. Utash with a backline attack. And the La Cueva Bears start out set 2, also on a bit of a run, up 13-6. And there's a short service in by Utash that gives them the ace.
Sets the right side off the block.
We're going to see a lot of really scrappy plays. Both teams off a lot. You see Leah right there with the big smackdown for Cleveland. But you see already 24-17, the La Cueva Bears. There's another Utash kill from the left side. And La Cueva takes set number 2. Here is set number 3. There was Tittman on the attack. Ferguson had a really good day, and there's a big block laid down at the front by Simpson and Tittman. There's Ferguson to Utash. Cleveland able to just kind of clean it up a little bit. Ferguson to Utash, and that is a dynamic duo all throughout here. La Cueva and Cleveland back and forth. That was a little service attack by Ferguson.
Ferguson sets Jones.
I saw Jones there just having to kind of give it over. La Cueva, though, super scrappy all throughout this one. And the kind of half backline attack by Jones there, and it's enough. It works. Back and forth still. There's Ferguson on another setter's attack. They think she's going to set it, and she just ducks it over with the left hand. And La Cueva go on a mini run, get themselves in position. Utash tags the corner. And 24-20, it's match point, and they put it away. Jones on the swing. The La Cueva Bears, your Metro champions again. We're going to hear from Charlie Ferguson and Sebastian Noel.
25-20, 25-17, 25.
I believe actually we're going to look at the trophy first. But yeah, so La Cueva had won it back to back to back over and over again. Cleveland takes it away from them. Girls able to finally raise this one again, bring back that La Cueva pride. And, you know, that's tradition that they do here at La Cueva to get those victories in the Metro tournament.
of the game is the freshman setter, Charlie Ferguson. You kept your team in system all night. That was the difference, right? Talk about that a little bit.
I
get to hold that one. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just nervous. This is my first time doing like any interview before, but
How were you able to keep this offense flowing, though? I mean, you had a real nice rhythm going there with Utash especially. Just talk about that a little bit.
yeah, it's just like I rely on my hitters a lot, for sure, definitely Jula, and I just was looking at the offense, like the blockers. It was just easy to read, for sure. Yeah.
How about the end? You wanted to be a hitter yourself there. How you took that one yourself? Talk about that.
I don't know. I love hitting personally, and this is my first time ever running a 5-1 ever in my life. So I don't know. It's just really fun. I love running a 5-1, and I love hitting.
2 wins against a really good team. There's a chance you could see them again, right? Yeah. So how's the team feel about that?
They're excited for sure. I think they're very, we think we can win for sure. Because definitely Jula, we have a lot of, firepower for sure, yeah.
Well, congratulations. You're the player of the game. You're going to have to get used to these interviews.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Don't celebrate, okay?
Okay, thank you.
And so, as you see, La Cueva winning straight sets 3-0 against the Cleveland Storm there. And as he mentioned, freshman setter taking over for Worley, who was such a great setter for this La Cueva team, helped lead them to all those. I mean, it's a big spot to be in, being a setter for La Cueva. And the La Cueva Bears back on top in the Metro here. So we've gone through 2 of the sports that are going around here in the Metro area. We've got one more sport to go here on the ProView Sports Report, and then we'll also talk about some of the games upcoming for us here tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday. So you'll want to stick around for that right here on the ProView Sports Report.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Welcome back. We're here on the ProView Sports Report. Aaron Rivera here, and finally ProView got the opportunity. We were able to do some soccer That's right. Last night I was over at, 2 nights ago, I was over at Albuquerque Academy as the St. Pius X Sartans and the Albuquerque Academy Chargers did a doubleheader. First they had the girls play, then the boys play, and it's an under-the-lights soccer special, something we love. So let's take a look at the girls game first here. St. Pius and Academy, two girls teams who, dominant in 4A girls overall. But it's been Hope Christian lately. These two teams trying to show they have what it takes to beat them. First opportunity is Academies, but Kai Garris there, offside. Then we'll see Cambria Terrell. She's pushing back deep, but again, offside. So Academy's first couple looks into the zone, a little bit offsides. Now Vanessa Sichi, she is the lead goal scorer for these St. Pius X Sartans. Sichi trying to get the edge, but what's going to be the story all day long is just no real centered shots and always harried all throughout. So here is going to be a long pass from Cambria Terrell. Ulay comes to play it up high, and that's a mistake. It is Barnes. She comes in, she drops that one through as Ulay couldn't get her hands on it. It's 1-0. Corner kick in the second half, as the Chargers have done all day long. First, that one was wide, but then the Chargers, as they try to get it inside, there's really just nowhere to go. They get that one out of there, making St. Pius's day difficult. Right after that, though, St. Pius finds something in the middle. And similar to what we saw on the other side, Hassie comes up to play it. Sichi gets it around her, and Vanessa ties things up 1-0. On the ensuing kickoff, they get this ball forward. They go up to Selena Broussard. Broussard all alone there, but just over the bar. Doesn't have the chance to threaten the keeper. And so a free kick into the box. It bounces around. And this is an 8th grader in goal for the St. Pius X Sartans. She's able to keep a hold of it and at least get that ball out. Here's Taro. She's trying to bring it through the middle. They squeak it in one more time. Broussard trying to turn around, and Juliana Warren, the 8th grader, makes the quick play on that one. So it's still 1-1 as we go into overtime here. And look at this. We're not even a full minute in. Ball goes up front. Taro, she takes the little chip shot over Warren, off the bar. Just misses on the shot, and they let that one go. Then going the other direction, St. Pius, you see Madeline float that one through. Hassie, it hits off the bar, and then Guajardo, hers goes just a little bit high. That one could have ended it. But you see the clock ticks over to referee's time. All of a sudden, you see Taro kick that one forward. And Emma Michael comes out of nowhere. Michael all alone on this right side. Michael shot to the corner, and Academy walks it off in the first overtime. The defensive player in Emma Michael. She was not an offensive player, but she took her advantage, and that was a big one for them. The girls win it 2-1, and now we can move on to the boys game, just straight into it, because as the sun was going down, the lights were getting brighter, and Academy and St. Pius boys, this is a rematch of the state championship last year that went to 8 shootouts. It was a 6-5 victory for Academy in the shootouts. So straight out of the gates, Diego Herrera flips that one through. Size couldn't get it. You see Nico Reyes tucks it in for the sureness, and St. Pius goes in the lead 1-0 in the opening minute. Josh Ma here takes a long free kick into the box. Wyatt Bernarski finds one, and just unfortunate for the keeper. He's screened. Bernarski gets the response, 4 minutes later. Danger ever present in this one. St. Pius essentially had to replace their entire defense going into this year, so Academy making the threats, but you see the new defensive guys keeping that shot out of there. Same run of play, Hagen Smith out here from the edge of the box. He floats that one in, and there's the man you're always looking for, Cruz Tamori. Now a sophomore. He was their lead scorer as a freshman. Tamori takes the lead for Academy. On the counterattack, Cruz Tamori here is making a play out of it, and you see why he led them in goals here. Cruz Tamori out of nowhere gets it up to Carlos Chavez, and we see Brunell, new keeper for Pius this year, right? So Frank Barella graduated, and now we've got the counterattack here that I'm looking for. Nico Reyes, one of the best scorers in 4A. Reyes taking on 4 academy players, and somehow he still gets a shot off. Not on target, but it does make things difficult. So we go into the second, 2-1. There's a free kick by Brunarski, but Bunel is right there. That's the new keeper for Pius. Gets the ball out. Ball comes screaming out here. Nico Reyes. He's all alone, gets it past him. Oh, off the bar. Second shot. Josh Ma gets in there. Josh Ma is one of the best defenders that we're seeing this year. I mean, it's a big spot being a central defender. Still down 2-1. Get rid of it. We're back tied here as Landon Milishowski, who's been playing a lot of positions for St. Pius since his freshman year, now a captain, puts it in the top corner. We got another Brunarski free kick. Bunnell, with 78 minutes to go, able to hop on top of that ball. Shot ricochets out. And so that means that we go to overtime. Best look here, cross into the box, and Bunnell is going to catch that one. On to the second overtime. Landon Milishowski a chance to win this one, but Alex Size sees that the whole way, stops that run, and so this one will finish just like the state championship last year, tied after double overtime. And so it was great to be able to see a couple of soccer games finally on ProView Sports, and we're going to have a lot more exciting action coming from Albuquerque Academy, and we'll talk about it since now it's time to discuss all of the games that are going on tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday here on ProView Sports. So it all kicks off tonight. Cibola Cougars and West Mesa Mustangs at 6 p.m. on Game Vision. And then Ed Nunez and I will be down in Silver City as Sol Ross State plays the Western New Mexico Mustangs at 6 p.m. on Flow College. Friday night, Los Lunas at West Mesa, Atrisco at Albuquerque High School, El Dorado at Volcano Vista. All those will be on Game Vision, and El Dorado Volcano on My 50. Then we've got volleyball action from New Mexico Highlands as Westminster visits Highlands. Tomorrow, Estancia and Hope, Highland and Rio Grande in high school football, both at 11 on Game Vision. Then in college, South Dakota School of Mines visit the Cowboys for some football. You can catch that here on Comcast 26. In volleyball, Western New Mexico will be playing at 6 p.m. Sorry, this is Saturday. 6 p.m. on Flow College against Eastern New Mexico, and then volleyball action, Colorado Mesa at New Mexico Highlands. Now, this last one is the fun one. So Albuquerque Academy next Tuesday, that's on the 23rd, the La Cueva Bears and the Albuquerque Academy Chargers will be playing at 7 p.m. outside for volleyball. Now, the exact location is still under, they're still trying to figure all of the details out for it, but we're going to have that game. It is supposedly the first ever outdoor volleyball game for the state of New Mexico. It'll be played under the lights out at Albuquerque Academy. We're going to have that at 7 p.m. It's on the NFHS network. We'll also have it right here on Comcast Channel 26 so that you can see that one. And I mean, a great matchup for it too, is it's the La Cueva Bears, the Albuquerque Academy Chargers. La Cueva, they were runner-ups in 5A last year. Albuquerque Academy, they won volleyball last year in the 4A. So lots of great games. We're super excited about everything this weekend and that Tuesday game. You can catch everything on Game Vision, the NFHS network, Flow College, the RMAC network. Just make sure to visit our website to follow the links for that. But I think that's all we got here on the ProView Sports Report. I want to thank our director, Alden Iowani. I'm Aaron Rivera. We'll see you at the game, folks.